What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Whiskey Whatever. I'm Gar. Today we have Whiskey Whatever's first ever Whiskey of the Year for 2023. Stick around, we'll tell you who it is. 2023 Whiskey of the Year is Deanston 12. Alright, 2023 Whiskey of the Year, Deanston 12, coming in at 46.3% ABV, non-chill filtered. Doesn't say anything about no coloring added. I had to go to the website, and it looks like Deanston makes a blanket statement on the website that all of their single malts have no color added. Alright, I do have some stuff to say about Deanston, but before we get into that, let's do a review. Alright, getting into the Deanston 12. On the nose, there's definitely a phenolic ethanol thing going on, kind of followed by some sour waxiness. Get brown sugar and caramel. There's kind of some dark dried cherries, maybe some black tea. Maybe some kind of like pastries baking in the oven, you know? On the palate. On the palate, Deanston 12 kind of comes across as there's some dusty malt notes in there. And that dusty malt for me kind of morphs into a kind of tangy sweet, like strawberry rhubarb, like a quick flash of it. Which then it fades away and kind of goes into like a slightly underripe pear, but not like a green pear. Again, there's still a little bit more, like a little phenolic, a little bit of that sour waxiness going on too. All right, into the finish. The finish of this Deanston 12, I definitely get cinnamon, I get red fruit, I get more of that sour waxiness, but it's subdued this time as it kind of sits here and lingers. The pastries in the nose have finally finished baking, and you get all of those nice kind of like dark puff pastry, crispy puff pastry, some baking spices, definitely some of that on the end. It's sweet. It kind of has this thing on my mouth where it's like a little mouth watering, maybe like a little minty lifting. But all in all, I love Deanston 12. Deanston 12 is currently my whiskey of the year for 2023. We'll get into a little story about the Deanston, but if you see this, I definitely should pick it up. There's a few releases in the Deanston line. I have some up there. I've tried the Deanston 15-year-old organic. I have tried the Virgin Oak. I have tried the 12. They're all good in my opinion. 4 reviews coming on the rest of the line. So, cheers everybody. We'll get into a little story about Deanston just a second. Alright everybody, welcome back. So a little story about Deanston. So, Deanston is my whiskey of the year for 2023. It's my favorite Scotch at this point, kind of all around to date. Kind of love at first sight, and it all stemmed from a trip I took a few months ago in October of 23 to Scotland. One of the days was a normal kind of tourist day, going around seeing castles. We went and saw Doune Castle. We're traveling in a party of 6 with a bunch of friends that we went to Scotland with that invited us to go along with them on their trip. And after the castle, we're driving to lunch or to the next place, whatever we were doing, and somebody saw a sign for Deanston Distillery. And some of the people we went with weren't necessarily whiskey people, and I felt bad, going or wanting to go to every distillery we came across. So, I kind of brushed it off and I was like, it's not a big deal. Never really heard of it. No biggie. Let's keep going. But long story short, the other people we went with, they were actually in a car in front of us. We were following them in our rental car. Pulled into Deanston. We got out and I was in the grumpiest mood. I was unimpressed. It looked different from all the other distilleries we'd been to. We'd been to Islay the day before and done Bowmore, Lagerville and Lefroy, Ardbeg. So, seeing all those and then going to Deanston, I wasn't impressed. And it was all part of it. We're in Scotland, so why not? So, walking up to Deanston, I'll be putting some pictures up here. Walking up to Deanston, it was kind of like an unassuming building. It wasn't white like the rest of the distilleries we had seen. But you know, walking in into the tasting room, they made us feel completely at home. If you've never been to Scotland, it's a big deal when you go to distilleries to book a tasting ahead of time or book the tour ahead of time. They don't really typically do on the fly type of things, but the people at Deanston were extremely accommodating. They walked us through all the spirits, explained a bunch of stuff, you know, all the bottles they have for sale. We asked them if we could do a tasting. They signed us up and squeezed us in for a formal tasting in the room, which was excellent. Like I said, there were 6 of us. There was 2 men and 4 women. The women did a gin tasting. It was a Tobermory gin. We did Deanston. We had I believe we had a 12, a Virgin Oak, and an 18. And the 12 was my favorite by far out of all of them. Again, they say non-chill filtered on the website, but the 12 was the darkest. I thought they'd put them in reverse. 12 blew me away. It was amazing, and I've never looked back. So for not wanting to be at Deanston, not wanting to go into Deanston, really opened my eyes. So I love it. Deanston, you guys are doing everything right. I really appreciate it. Got a Deanston Glencairn glass from the distillery. I'll upload a bunch of pictures. So we have pictures in front of the distillery. Me and the wife. We have pictures of the entryway. There's a little museum with a bunch of stuff about how it used to be a mill before it was a distillery. It's actually kind of cool. The mill used to, I guess, hand out, you know, scripts or coins or whatever for their workers that they could spend in the company store. They actually have, the camera probably isn't going to zoom on it, but they actually inset the coins in the top of the court. It's kind of a cool bit of history. So definitely, like I said, all the inclusive pictures. Deanston is also across the street from a river. And it's one of the fastest flowing rivers, I guess, in the UK, and it provides all the power for the distillery, so it's a really awesome thing they have going on. I didn't get to do a tour, and I'm pretty bummed about it. Like I said, it just wasn't on the radar, but next time we go back, I definitely want to explore everything they have to offer, because they have some amazing spirits, and they're doing amazing work out of that place. So, as Ralphie would say, you know, it's an integrity bottling. The whole package is there, guys. If you've never tried it, check it out. I would say look around too if you can, between your local liquor stores. Maybe check Drizzly. Some places do have it for quite a bit more than other places. In my local market, again, this is currently December 2023. I'm finding this for $59, I believe. $59.60, mid-60s. Some stores have it for $79 or $80, so just be careful, just get a good price. There's a bunch of different releases online, so check it out. Deanston 12 2023 whiskey whatever, whiskey of the year. So I hope you guys are all well out there. I hope you guys got to spend some time with your family for New Year's. I hope everybody's happy and safe and everything you can be for the new year. So I wish everybody luck, and I hope you have a good new year and everybody's safe. So cheers, everybody, from me to you. Happy New Year. See you guys on the next one. Cheers.